Last year, cancellations for new construction were through the roof. This year, builders are ecstatic. Jeremy Knight, the Knight Group, your favorite Austin realtor. I looked at some of the information that just came out from a couple different articles talking about what's happening in new construction, and we're going to compare it to actually what's happening in Austin. This is pretty interesting because last year, builders were really scared. If you wanted deep discounts, last year was the year to get it. This year, we're not seeing that, and everybody's talking about the market crashing. So let's go into what's actually happening with new construction. If you're buying new construction, drop a comment below. I want to hear from you. If you're one of those people that's considering buying new versus buying resale, drop those comments below because there's a lot of really interesting information that might help you decide either way. Let's talk about what this information says. That's right. At the end of last year, like the builder confidence level was like 36%. This year, it's at 50%. And going over the next 6 months, it's also anticipated to still be at about 50%. So that's kind of like an irrelevant number. It's just how builders feel about the market. But the stats are in the pudding right now for what's actually happening. So this article says last year, rapid rise in mortgage rates made home purchasing far more expensive for most buyers, slowing home sales and pressuring home building industry. Home builders pulled back on land acquisition and new construction. We saw this, and we're actually seeing this because in Austin, these stats are showing that more builders are building multi-family construction instead of single-family construction. This could spell a disaster for the Austin area moving forward. If builders pull back and build more of these like built-to-rent neighborhoods. Just this week, Austin Business Journal announced another build-to-rent neighborhood being built in the Austin area. It's getting insane with these build-to-rent. But if there's more rentals available, that means that it's going to be harder in the future to buy single family. And really, single family home prices are going to continue to rise because of this. So this is something to think about. All those people talking about the market crashing, you have to understand that yes, there's a lot of construction happening, but it's more multifamily, it's more rentals than it is single family. So let's continue. Now, new single family home sales are bouncing back with supply tight in the existing home market. This is based on exactly what I just said. Active listings in March stood at roughly half of where they were 4 years earlier, according to Realtor.com, in part because higher mortgage rates made many homeowners reluctant to sell and give them current low rates. So this is pretty interesting. Right now, what we're saying in this article is going to talk about is 35%, almost a third of inventory being sold and on the market is actually new construction. And that's good for new construction because really nationally, there's low inventory. Now in Austin, we just hit about 3 months of inventory, about 8,600 homes on the market. 3,000 of those are new construction. But if we look at where the new construction in Austin is, it's heavily north and heavily south. Now, part of that is because when people are looking at new construction right now, they are looking in the under $500,000 price range. Because look, Austin has gotten really expensive. The median is still in the $535 range. So people are trying to find, most buyers are trying to find that $450 and under range. And a couple of those builders that are out there building in that price range is like D.R. Horton, Pulte, Lennar. Well, this article even goes on to talk about that. And I want to get to cancellations in a second, so let's keep going. Home builder stocks have surged since the start of the year. S&P Home Builders Select Industry Stock Index rose 16.5% so far this year as of Tuesday's close, outpacing the S&P 500's 7.3% gain. So home builders are taking charge right now. D.R. Horton, Lennar, Pulte, the three biggest U.S. builders by volume according to Builder Magazine, have posted year-to-date stock gains of 22%, 25%, and 44% respectively. D.R. Horton said last month that net sales orders for the third quarter ended in March fell 5% from the year earlier. So we were down a little bit from year over year 2022, but beginning of 2022, interest rates were really low. Right now, interest rates are in the 6.5% range right now. And what's happening with these builders and why they're being successful, especially in the Austin area, is I'm getting in my email every day that they're offering 4.99% interest rates, 4% interest rates. They're doing all of these buy downs. So that's why builders are actually not in as worse a position as people think. They're buying less land, they're building less homes, and they're offering incentives, which means that they're selling more of what their inventory is. Now in Austin, if you're buying in the Austin area, something to think about is that if homes are new or close to being done, those homes are going to sell a little bit faster right now because most buyers don't want to wait another 6 to 8 months. We saw that during the pandemic. We were waiting 6, 8 months longer than you typically would have. In fact, a lot of homes almost took 2 years to build. So buyers have been really skittish on that right now. I think what you're going to see is that new construction that's 3 to 6 months out is still going to sit on the market. And that's what we're seeing with a lot of the inventory in Austin that's new construction sitting there. It's 3 to 6 months out. Now, I'm personally looking for investment properties, and I'm calling a lot of these builders that fit my under 450 price point. And I'm like, hey, I need to close something in the next 45 days. What do you have? Oh, nothing's going to be done until September. So that's like 4 months away, 3 or 4 months away. So that just shows you kind of the state of where this inventory is. And as we get closer, maybe some of that will get purchased. But again, if you followed my videos, September, October, November are going to be really great months to purchase because hopefully interest rates come down at that point. And with the pileup of inventory, potentially prices will drop. We'll see, but builders are still at 50% thinking that it's going to be pretty decent into Q3 and 4. One thing I really want to talk about, a March survey of John Burns Research Consulting found that builders reported an aggregate cancellation rate of 9% of their purchases of new home under construction. That is lower than the 24.6% reached in October of 2022 and nearly a line of 8% hit during the pandemic home buying boom. So what we're seeing is we're back to the like pandemic cancellations, right? During the pandemic, everybody was canceling because they thought that it was going to be a bad time to buy. Well, it turned out it would have been a great time to buy. KB Home, for an example, said that its cancellation rate for the first 3 months was at 36%, down from 68%. But keep in mind, KB Homes, DR Horton are the ones that are building those homes in that lower price point that people are trying to buy. And if I show you this chart right here, it shows you that all of the prices in the homes that meet that like under 500 are in Liberty Hill, Georgetown, Kyle, even further out. They are not close to Dripping Springs and other areas like that. So something to think about. It also goes on to say DR Horton and Pulte also reported figures that suggest stabilizing demand. DR Horton's cancellation rate is in the first quarter of 2023 hovered around 18%, down from 27% at the end of 2022, while Pulte Group saw 13% of buyers cancel. So cancellations are still higher than they really should be, but they are far down from where they were last year. As we get further into this year, if builders continue to offer more incentives, they will continue to sell more homes. Now, a misconception that I keep getting here in the Austin area is that you can just come in and write crazy under list price offers and get deals. There's still a lot of demand in the market. I posted a little snapshot the other day showing that over the last 7 days that we are actually seeing demand still outpace the amount of homes hitting the market. Now, that's a 7-day average, and a lot of people were saying, well, Jeremy, that's only 7-day average, but it's important to see what's happening now because a lot of the information we look at is lagging indicators. Well, I like to give you kind of the up-to-date, and that's what we're seeing. Now, I've had a lot of buyers go under contract on new construction, but it's a lot of stuff that's closing in 45 days, 60 days, or under 30 days. But still, there's competition there. We had one client that was looking out in Sweetwater at a $900,000 price point, and we went to go put an offer on this thing, and there was 2 other buyers writing offers on new construction as well. And if you look at resale in the Austin area, we've seen that. I have buyers that are looking under 500 right now, and it's multiple offers on almost everything we're writing offers on that's closer into Austin. Now, if you get further out like Liberty Hill, maybe not as many multiple offers, but you're having to go further and further out from the center. So if you're buying right now, make sure you get a good interest rate, make sure you get all your finances together. And if you find something that fits what you're looking for, pull the trigger. Now, I'm not saying to go out and go buy something, but I am saying that if you find something that meets all the criteria, don't be afraid. Pull the trigger because look, the reality is that you build equity on homes over time. Don't buy a home right now, whether it's new construction or resale, if you're going to be selling it in the next couple of years. Because you know what? Over the next couple of years, we still may see a little uncertainty over the next 2 years. And then look, everybody gets upset when I talk about how good the housing market is or it's okay to buy. But the reality is uncertain times are where you make your money. I bought homes in 2019 when we thought we were going to see a recession. And guess what? I've made lots of money on those homes that I bought during this uncertain time. And you got people out there like Reventure saying, oh, you shouldn't be buying homes, don't buy homes. In the same time that he's telling you that, I purchased home and we made lots of money on those homes that I bought during this uncertain time. So what I'm saying is don't be scared of everything, but if you're buying a home, buy something you're going to hold for a long time and make sure those numbers make sense. Jeremy Knight, the Knight Group, what do you think about this information from new construction? Drop a comment below. We'll see you in the next video.